I'm so sorry.
Gets his knife, and it's about this long. And he says, "Stay behind me. I feel something is going to happen here." I said, "Put that damn thing back up. What the hell's wrong with you?"
This is Austin Harrouff, once a college student with a future ahead of him, now known for one of the most shocking violent crimes in recent Florida history. On August 15, 2016, in Tequesta, Martin County, Florida, deputies were called to a quiet residential street after reports of a brutal attack in the garage of a local home. When officers arrived, what they found immediately set off alarm bells. Inside the driveway lay 59-year-old John Stevens III and 53-year-old Michelle Mishcon, stabbed to death in what would later be described as a completely unprovoked and random assault. A neighbor who rushed to help, Jeffrey Fisher, was also stabbed but survived.
I saw him slamming Michelle's car door, and then little fuzzy. I saw Michelle come out of the man door into the garage and him grab a hold of Michelle and throw her to the ground.
But the scene that greeted first responders was unlike anything they had ever seen. They discovered Harrouff, then only 19 years old, a former Florida State University student and athlete, standing over one of the victims, biting and chewing on his face. Deputies struggled to subdue him, using tasers, physical force, and even a police dog before he could be restrained. Harrouff's behavior was ultimately tied to a severe and acute psychotic episode, with expert testimony concluding he was unable to understand or control his actions during the attack. In the years that followed, his defense pursued a plea by reason of insanity, a controversial decision that divided the community, devastated the victims' families, and raised questions about mental health, violence, and accountability under the law. What you're about to see is not just the crime itself. It's the interrogation, the unraveling narrative, and how a promising young man ended up at the center of a case that would capture national attention.
Oh, God.
How long do they think all the lab tests will take? Because obviously that's
Who the
what
hell
the whole
knows?
case is.
I mean,
That's
yeah.
what the-
FDLE lab has been faster than the police lab. And I know 100% of FDLE, but, what is faster? I don't
Do we have enough blood?
Meaning,
Like to test and retest and all that kind of stuff?
I think
We got
so.
enough
I think so.
vials?
We might need another vial or two, but I think we have what we need now.
Good. Good.
And we gave them what they requested anyway,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Oh, Jesus. I can't imagine.
Unbelievable, dude.
I have 4 kids. I can't imagine.
Yeah,
going
me
through
too.
this.
I got 4 kids and
Yeah.
I mean, and I know kids who knew him, grew up with him. I know some people that live in that. Well, you know who lives near there? Kurt Fisk. And a good friend of Kurt's is a good friend of mine. His son and Austin went to Suncoast together, pledged the same fraternity up at FSU.
No kidding.
The kid is just shell-shocked. I mean,
I couldn't even
Hello?
begin to.
And I mean, for what it's worth,
What do you mean?
Big Brian,
How you doing, sir?
strong arm of the law,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick so we can grab some time. You can talk with Bob, so.
All right.
How you doing, sir?
Good.
We meet again.
It's a repeating theme.
Done any federal stuff?
No. No. We gotta. I try to. Yeah, I try to stay out of federal court.
We get the big bucks.
Yeah, sometimes.
You gotta work for it.
Oh, God, don't you?
The big,
the
I
biggest
just
problem.
don't play. It's all.
Well, the problem, it's not even that. It's like,
You may not be going. I know. Here, the judge and the state attorneys are all, everybody works with each other.
they understand people like to lie about personal lives. I see Lynch, he always tells me how this is your most important client that you'll ever have. And he tells me that because if you better believe that, I've seen there's no witnesses attempt to be a fight with him before. You ever been on some guys from He's over it. You might have a long time ago. She's way over that.
A cup of water?
Absolutely.
You get
Hang in there.
If there's something important to say,
No, there's
nothing.
listen, you're here to tell the absolute and complete truth, okay? So that's all you gotta do. That's all anybody wants you to do. They want to know as much as they can so they can investigate their case, so, all right?
My name's Eugene Marqueta. I'm with the Martin County Sheriff's Office. I'm the detective that's handling the investigation. He's from the State Attorney's Office, Jeff Hendricks. Okay. I know it's a terrible situation, but I want to ask you some questions about the night that the incident happened. When was the last time you saw him? At 8:20?
something like that.
Okay, where did you see him?
That's when I dropped him off at Duffy's.
You dropped him off at Duffy's? Okay. Who did you drop him off with?
I just dropped him off in front of the door, and he walked in.
Okay. What was he wearing when you dropped him off?
Some white shorts
Mm-hmm.
and a blue polo shirt.
Okay. That's when you dropped him off? Okay. Was he at Duffy's already, or?
I was at home earlier, I think 7,
Uh-huh.
and he knocked on the door.
Uh-huh.
And I open it, and he walks in, and he's just in his shorts and a sweaty,
Mm-hmm.
no shirt.
What color was that shirt?
He didn't have a shirt on.
Oh, he didn't have a shirt.
I think earlier in the day he may have had a white shirt, a white jersey. I don't remember.
Okay. And when he knocked on your door, what did he say?
He didn't say, he just came in, and I said, "Where's Haley and Sam?"
Mhm.
Because I knew he was out with them. And he says, "I don't know." And I mean, I don't know exactly the chain of events for me
Mm-hmm.
going to the kitchen.
Yeah, and...
And because I was cooking dinner,
Mhm.
I said, "Are you hungry?" And he's like, "Yes." And I think I was in the refrigerator, and I look over, and he's got a not a jug, but a container of Wesson oil, and he's staring out the window. He's like,
Before the killings, Austin Harrouff had been posting videos online showing his workouts and daily routines. In one video, he talks directly to the camera about why he doesn't use drugs or steroids, insisting he doesn't need anything artificial to feel strong or focused. At the time, the videos seemed harmless but disgusting. But after the attack, investigators and psychologists revisited them, questioning whether they reflected confidence or early signs of detachment from reality.
Change me. We're all the same, though. Peace out. Peace.
Like he's about to drink it. And I just turned, I said, that's not a drink, and I grabbed it from him, and I put it on the counter. I said, that's lesson oil. And he turned around, and I don't know if the phone rang, and Haley's calling me, but I mean, I do notice him getting a bowl, and he gets mozzarella cheese, and he puts a little bit of the oil in it and takes a couple of bites.
Okay.
And Haley's calling me, asking if Austin's there.
Where was Haley? Where was she calling from?
Duffy's.
She was at Duffy's.
And I said, yeah, what happened? And she's like, he left. So I'm like, Austin, why did you leave? He goes, I don't know. I said, come on, why did you leave? He goes, I didn't want to wait. I said, well, is the food ready? And they're like, yes, have him come back and eat something. So I said, do you want to go back and eat something? And he's like, okay. And I don't know where he went to get his shirt. I want to say it was the back bedroom by our bedroom. And he got a polo shirt and put it on. And I guess I got the keys and we left.
Okay. And then you dropped him off at Duffy's. Did he have his wallet or phone on him?
No.
No. Where did you see it, or
No.
do you know he left it?
I think I asked him. I
Okay.
said, where's your phone? And he's like, I don't know.
Okay.
You know, and
Okay. You called 911 later on that night, and you said that he was missing.
well, I guess when he took off the second time, they called me. I don't know when they called me and said, is Austin there? And I said, no. What happened? Well, he took off again. Whatever altercation he had with his dad.
Was he angry at his dad?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you remember the 911 call you made?
I don't know.
Okay. In that call, you said he's walking down Island Way. He has on him is a knife, and he's acting schizophrenic, acting weird. Do you remember?
I don't remember saying schizophrenic, but maybe. I
Okay.
don't know. What happened is, I guess they're calling me, and I said to Bud, let's go look for him. And my friend keeps calling me saying, you know, Sam is worried about him. I said, well, which way did he go? Does Sam remember which way he went? And they're telling me like he's walking towards Church Street. So by that time of night, I said, well, he has to be somewhere if he's walking that way. Let's go take a look around. Maybe he's walking to Alex's, his best friend.
Where does Alex live?
On Waxahachie River.
Okay.
And so I called his mom, and they're like, no, we haven't seen him. We get in the car. I mean, I don't know what detail you want.
No, I just want what you remember
we even
and what...
went by the crime scene.
Okay.
And I asked the detectives, or whoever they,
Mhm.
the police, you know, have you seen my son? I said, he's wearing white shorts and a blue polo shirt. And, you know, there was so much going on. There were like 50 cops there.
Sure.
And he asked his sergeant, you know, hold on. And they said, well, do you know an Ivy? And I said, no. I don't think he knows an Ivy.
Do you know the Stevens family?
No.
You don't ever met them? Okay. What about the Fisher family? Do you know anyone on that block?
No.
Okay. Does he know anyone on that?
Not that I know
Not
of.
that you know of. So you mentioned on your 911 call that he's acting schizophrenic. Is there any history in your family of schizophrenia on your side of the family? Any sign of mental illness on your side of the family?
I mean, we always teased that my brother was, but...
But did he ever get
But not-
treated?
no.
No medicine? What about
No.
your son? Did you ever treat him for any?
No.
No? Okay. How was he doing in school prior to...
Perfect. I
Because,
mean,
yeah, he did a summer semester, and I understand he did very well in it. Okay.
I don't even think he told me his grades, because I keep asking him,
Mhm.
so I could transfer them, and,
Okay. And what about his fraternity brothers that were in the neighborhood looking for him? Did they mention anything to you that he's acting strange?
Nobody
or...
had.
Nobody had. Okay. They're
But
just...
in the past, I had called Alex's mother and said, has Alex noticed anything in Austin?
Uh-huh.
And she said she'll ask him and call me back, but,
Okay.
you know, that was maybe 2 or 3 days prior.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Also, in your 911 call, they asked you if he's on drugs, and you had mentioned that, yes, he has been on drugs, but you don't know if he's been on drugs lately. Do you know what kind of drugs he was on?
I mean, I know he did marijuana.
Okay.
And
Did he do
and-
an excessive amount, or was it just
Not-
social, if you could even call it social?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean,
Okay.
he hung out in his room,
Okay.
so, I mean,
Dad said that about 2 months ago, he also found him doing mushrooms. Do you know anything about that?
I don't know if anybody found him doing mushrooms.
Okay.
He said,
Mm-hmm.
when we made him clean everything out,
Mm-hmm.
he brought I didn't see it, but
Mm-hmm.
I let Bud talk to him so he wasn't embarrassed
Mm-hmm. Sure.
in front of me.
Sure.
And he brought a bag out, and Bud says, there's mushrooms, like
Okay.
just one or half, I
Mhm.
don't know. And I asked him when was the last time he did it. He goes, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago.
Okay. Do we know where
But-
he was getting the drugs from?
Not,
Dad
I
had
don't
mentioned
know.
that there's a kid that he asked you not to hang around with.
Right.
Do you remember what was his name?
Nick Melise.
Nick, yeah. You think it could come from Nick?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you know
We
Nick's
have to ask
family?
him.
Is
I don't know the
Are they
family.
good? You don't know them? Okay.
I know he's had trouble, and so
Okay.
he hangs out with my kids to,
Okay.
get away to be in a better place.
Mm-hmm.
But lately, all his troubles he's putting on my kids, and I tell my kids I hate doing this, but he's going to bring you down,
Right.
either mentally or whatever. I didn't know.
Do you think Nick is on drugs?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Your son, how was he as a kid? I mean, he still is a kid, but was he always happy, joyous,
Yes.
good as far as you could tell? Never got into fights in school? Has he ever been suspended from school or anything? No, nothing. Okay.
Nothing. I mean, it's never really any anger issues. Maybe,
Mhm.
Bud and I
Mm-hmm.
have our
Sure.
spats and
Yeah,
stuff,
like
but
any
and he
normal
wants to
kid.
protect me,
Right. Sure. Has he ever got physical with Dad, or?
Dad?
Yeah.
No.
No. When you guys punished him, what was it? Timeouts? What kind of?
I mean, when they were little, it would be timeouts, I guess, in the bedroom, but
Sure.
never hit.
Okay. Jesus. Mhm.
When you told those police officers, or they asked you if you knew an Ivy, right? What happened after that? Did you say no?
I said no, and I said, what's going on? And they said it's a domestic dispute. So I'm like, well, it can't be him. And I'm
What was
so
his relationship
grateful
with
that
his?
it wasn't,
Yeah.
but it didn't turn out that
What was
way.
his relationship with his girlfriend? He had a girlfriend in
Great.
school. Yeah. Did you ever meet her?
Yes,
What kind of person is she?
wonderful.
Yeah, she's a good person. Have you been in contact with her recently?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
And-
Did she mention anything about violence or
No, but just a change.
what kind of change? I mean, I saw his videos. It's like he's acting silly, talking in an
that's how-
Australian voice.
How he always was.
Okay.
And I tell him, take those down. They're silly.
Mhm.
You're going to make a spectacle out of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I know
As the investigation continued, mental health experts examined Harrouff's behavior before, during, and after the killings. Doctors concluded he was experiencing a severe psychotic episode marked by paranoia, delusions, and a complete break from reality. They determined he did not understand what he was doing or why. This assessment would ultimately become the most critical factor in how the case was resolved.
And I didn't watch them, because so I never saw, I guess, what was progressing. And no one came to me and said, Nina, have you seen these? Because his friends, I guess, watched and followed. I don't know. And I know, his friends came to me and said, Nina, or Alex's mom said, Alex said, Austin told him the devil talked to him like 6 months ago, but they just played it off.
Who did he tell that to?
He told it to Alex.
To Alex? And what was this conversation about? That the devil
I don't
say
know
anything
the conversation.
specific? Has he ever made mention of that to you, or?
The devil?
Yeah. Or anything like that?
I mean, one night, I think it was after Nick went home. He went to work all day.
Where did he work?
At the dental practice in Miami.
Okay.
So.
Your son or your ex-husband?
My son.
Your son, okay.
He got him a job there.
Okay.
Evidently, I heard he didn't sleep all night because he's trying to help Nick with motivation and solving his problems. So I don't know if it drained him. I don't know. And he went to work and he came home late. I don't know why. So I assumed they ate dinner. So he's like, no, I hadn't eaten anything. So I was making him stuff, and he goes, my purpose in life is to help people. And he brings out this brochure like a Jehovah's Witness, and he goes, God talked to me. And Bud looked at him and he goes, Austin, God didn't talk to you. You may have had some enlightened experience or something, and that's when it's like, did you guys do anything last night? He goes, no, I didn't. And that's when we had him bring everything out, and I said, you can't help other people if you can't help yourself. And he goes, you're right. So he went and threw everything out. I don't know if he threw it in the lake or, I just was trying not to watch, so they could
Do you have a lake behind your
conversation.
house?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What kind of drugs besides mushrooms we know of, marijuana?
There may have
Was he
been
on-
1 or 2 Vyvanse, I don't know.
What about
That's-
prescription drugs? Did he have any prescription drugs assigned to him? No? Never any surgeries?
Yes, but I don't think there was
What was the
any-
surgery for?
His knee, like
Okay.
when he was a senior in high school.
Okay.
And he didn't really like them.
Okay. What, like pain medication?
Mhm.
Okay. And he was great in school? He played football? No problem? Straight A student? Okay. What about at home? What kind of changes you notice at home?
I mean, when he came back from FSU, it was, I want to be a rapper. I'm like, Austin, you have to finish school first so you could fund rapping. And he goes, I know, but, I can make so much money. All these people are doing it, and I'm going to be famous. So he started with these songs, and I'm like, these songs are vulgar. He goes, but they're funny. I said, they're not funny. I said, and he goes, Mom, that's what people listen to nowadays. And I'm like, I can't relate.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately, he's right. The young kids.
And I just said, I wish you would take it down or change the word.
Okay. He got into working out.
He's always worked out.
He's always? Okay.
Since he was in football.
Okay.
He was like the number one
That's
person
okay.
in the weight room.
Do you think he was using any enhancements, any steroids, or?
I don't believe. I'll never believe that he's used steroids.
Okay. Did you notice
Never.
any mood swings to violence, or never? He's always been okay.
I don't know what to say.
Do you might have already been asked this back when they talked to you, law enforcement talked to you earlier. How did you find out when you left when they asked you who Ivy, if you knew Ivy?
Right, which I left.
And then you
I
found
went
out.
home. They came to the house at 2:30.
Okay, and did you continue to look for him after
No,
that?
I went home. You know, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. I mean, after that, we went around some of the shopping centers, and then went home. And my friend, whose husband works for the police department also, is like, you know, call 911. And I'm like, you know, she's like, it's best to do it now. I'm like, okay. So I'm thankful I had her to guide me, because
And then the next, I guess, information you got was probably when they were knocking on your door.
I laid in bed waiting for the phone. But, you know, I was texting Wade if he's heard from him yet. And then, yeah.
The drive from your house to Duffy's after he put on the white shorts and the blue shirt, did he say anything during that drive, or was it just...
No, I said, you know, Austin, I'm worried about you. I don't know the exact words. It was just, I want to go to counseling, take you to counseling. Maybe there's somebody outside that, you know, you can talk to if you're uncomfortable talking to us. And I said, will you go? And he said, okay, I'll go. And he said it twice, I'll go. And then I dropped him off.
Does he go to any churches, any houses of worship, anything like that? No?
No, but I've heard he's been reading religious stuff lately, and like really reading a lot of stuff, which I never knew.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his friends are telling me.
Does he, is he got a pretty good relationship with your husband? It sounds like is he kind of grown to him as well? What do you think?
They have a good relationship. He loves his dad.
Okay.
You know, and his dad wants the best for him and tries to make him strive harder.
Mm-hmm. Besides football, did they go fishing? Or,
Yeah.
all that
They
kind of
went
stuff?
bicycle rides.
Mhm.
I mean, I think his dad was just trying to, on his time off, taking Austin and, you know, spending time with him to preoccupy his mind, or
Mhm.
I don't know,
Okay.
just be with him and see if, talk to him.
Okay. When you called 911, you said he has nothing on him, he doesn't have his wallet, he doesn't have a phone, all he has is a knife. Did you
Because-
see that knife on him?
I didn't see the knife on him.
How did you know he had the knife?
The kids told me.
Okay.
That's,
Did
I
they-
didn't see it,
Okay.
but he had it in his pocket all the time.
Okay.
And-
How did he always have a knife on him, or was
No.
it recent?
I mean, there are other, like, knives and stuff, but, you know, I've always taken them and put them on the shelf in the closet,
Mhm.
because there's no need to have it
Mhm.
around, and he's never asked for them. So, you know, I think Wade just wanted to there was the gun show, and
Mhm.
spend time with them.
Most of the time he slept with you in your home?
Yes.
Does he have his own bedroom? Is there anything out of the ordinary in there that you've noticed, or nothing? He
No.
sleeps well?
Now, I didn't know he hasn't been sleeping.
Okay.
I noticed it that night that
Mm-hmm.
I told him, you know, you got to help yourself, and but God
Mhm.
talked to him,
Mhm.
and he's like, Mom, lay with me. And, you know, he's 19. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
do you lay with your...
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
said, you know, I'll lay here for a minute,
Mhm.
and I'll let you fall asleep. And, you know, he was going, you know, I think I've read too many motivational books.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many he's read, or
Mhm.
if, and he goes, I did self-hypnosis. And I'm like, how do you do self-hypnosis? And he got his computer, and there was this video, I guess, that came on. I'm like, I don't want to watch that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Do you remember
spooky.
anything of the video?
It was just this blue, it started with this blue panel, And I'm like, I don't want to watch that, you know, and I closed it, and that's, you know, I don't know what else we talked about. I left, you know, after I thought he was comfortable, and he came back and he's knocking on the door. I'm like, what's wrong? He goes, can I sleep in this, because his old room was across from ours. He goes, can I sleep in this room with, and I'm like, sure. So him and Bud went and got the mattress, and put it down on the floor. So, and I left the door open if he was scared, and he fell asleep.
Okay.
I think that night he had a good night's sleep.
Okay. How long ago was that you moved?
Maybe, like, I don't know if it was the 10th or 11th.
Okay, so it's recent, very recent. And has he kept sleeping in that room, and has it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he felt isolated in the other room.
Okay.
I don't want to get in the middle of your investigation, but there's a couple of things that you might want to know that I know.
Sure.
Can you tell them about the incident with the turtle skeletons?
I wasn't there. That was Wade.
Oh,
The
okay.
kids went hiking.
Okay, so Wade can tell you about that. And your daughter's account of when they were at the beach and he was...
Well, that day, like, you didn't ask me what happened from the morning. The night before, we had a family dinner. Everything was fine. I mean, he was just as nice as could be, talking to everybody. And when we left, he said, I want to pick up my car at his dad's, because that's when they came back from the gun show. And I said, well, can you pick it up I'll drive you and pick it up in the morning. He's like, okay. So apparently that night he didn't sleep well, because Haley, he would go into the room and get the dog and try to sleep, and apparently I guess he went up to Haley's room and slept in her room.
Was she there?
It was night. So he gets up early in the morning and takes off. And I text him, you know, where are you? He goes, something like, I'm going to get the car, or I may have said, are you going to get, I don't know. And I said, do you want me to give you a ride? He said, no, I'm fine. And he's like, listen, if, I have it on text, if,
You can read it if you want.
I said, do you want me to pick you up and take you to your car? He said, I'm fine, stay there. Listen, no matter what I say to you, know I'm protecting you even when you think I'm evil. Nice guys finish last. This is like 9:30 in the morning. And I said, what does that mean? And he says, fuck off. I said, now that's weird. Can you at least tell me where you are? I think I called his dad to say, you know, he said this to me, and he says Dad's boat. So I think I called Carrie, his girlfriend, Wade's girlfriend, and was just trying to see if, you know, was he there? And she said, yes, he's doing stuff on the boat. I'm trying to, you know, have him do things, because I think Wade was going there to talk to him. And then, I don't know what happened there. She said, you know, they're talking outside, and I guess Wade wouldn't give him his keys, and he got mad, and Wade told me he jumped on the hood, And I guess he finally gave him the keys, and he drove off, and he came to the house with, I don't know if he picked up Sam and came to the house, but I know he said he was going to go get his watch fixed. And I think he was alone. I don't know if he came and got his watch, I don't know. And then he went to the jewelry store.
Mm-hmm.
I think Wade saw him there too.
Do you know what jewelry store?
I want to say in the Winn-Dixie Shopping Center,
Okay.
Paul David or something like that. And I think Sam comes over and Haley gets up. It's a blur.
Mm-hmm.
But they all leave. And I don't know if they go to the beach. But she texted me, call someone, have him talk to somebody, something like making an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
That's because she said he ran a U-turn red light, saying, you know, I'm invincible.
Okay.
So it kind of scared her, and I don't know if they went to a frat person's house and he was acting different there. She can tell you the account, which they never told me until after everything.
Mm-hmm.
But she did tell me that he also, when they went for this walk, because I guess they went after Wade's work and they all met to go to a walk in the woods, like off Island Way.
Mm-hmm.
And he would like step off the curb, you know, but the car is going slow enough, but he's like, you know, I don't know if that was I'm immortal or I'm whatever, superhuman or what, I don't know what the exact phrase was.
Okay. No less than over there.
And I texted Haley, how's he doing? And she said, fine, the walk is doing him good.
Okay.
Like, maybe it was clearing his mind or, and that's the last I remember until he came home.
Okay. I don't have any other questions.
No, that's great. Thank you. Thank you for your
Thank you.
time.
I'm sorry you're going through all this.
Thank you.
It's gotta be difficult.
There was one other thing that, and this is hearsay from her daughter, but he said that he believed he was something other than human.
I don't know if that was at the beach or at the friend's house. She was driving, and I guess he was going to get in the car, and he opens up the back. I think they were in the Kia, and he was in the back part sitting there saying, you know, I don't know if he was starting to get into signs, like astrological signs.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a Sagittarius, and he felt like, I don't know, a dog? I don't remember. Something
He
like
said that to you,
animal-like.
or said that
No,
to someone
Haley.
else? Okay. Well, I'm going
To
to
Haley
interview
and
her.
Sam.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And get to the
And,
right.
they didn't tell me that till
Mhm.
after everything,
Okay.
you know.
So
like
he was
how
talking
it
about his
on. He was
astrological
asking-
sign, that his astrological sign is a dog.
And he was telling them about theirs, or, you know, when he looked at it, I don't know.
Okay. I'll get that from him. Okay. I don't want to keep...
I mean, I'm sure there's more, it's just, I don't know how much
If
further
you,
back.
if you remember anything, or if there's anything you want to talk to me about, please feel free to call. I'm going to get a card for you before you leave, one of my
Okay.
cards. And it's tragic. So if there's anything that I could do or we could do for you as a department, we have a chaplain here if you'd like to speak to, whatever we could do for you too, okay? It's unfortunate,
Thank
but...
you, I know.
Okay.
It's horrible.
I'm sorry. Okay, Mimi.
You want to go out and talk to him whenever you're ready?
Where do you want her to stay?
Oh, you stay.
She stayed. There was trash truck. Is there any place you can stay on this side? Anywhere else here is fine.
He's staying there with me.
I can, ma'am. That's an order. I'm gonna comply.
Yeah, Friday.
Huh?
So yeah, Friday. That's how I spend my Fridays. You know, I if we have time, I'll tell you the story about these IVs. I have a funny story for you. It sparked one of my stories. Yeah. County doesn't use those anymore in St. Lucie. There's a reason for it. Very funny story.
Is Watson?
Yeah, Bob's here. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Here's the father.
Okay. I don't know where Gene went off to.
Okay, you want to
Where's the restroom?
Oh, straight down. On the left. We did a big deal on the rest of the guy for trafficking, right?
Yeah.
He brings him in the interview room. He says, I'll be right with you. I gotta get some shit. And the guy goes, before you leave, detective, you know, what am I here for? What am I facing? Or what am I?
Right.
It's like, you're facing 3 counts of trafficking. They're F1s. You're looking at 90 years in prison. He goes like this. I'll be right back. The guy lays on the ground, bench presses it, and drops it on his head. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go find Gene, so if you guys wanna.
Yeah, I think
should
these
go
are
and talk.
Minas, so I'm gonna.
Okay, great. Let me find.
Where did they go?
Tell you what, I know exactly. I will take these two.
All right, but.
And I'll grab Gene, okay, right?
You can sit here and help me.
That mean,
Fine. Everything in here is recorded, so I know that. They just want to know anything you know about that day or anything about Austin's history. Okay?
how many years you been doing that?
36. How long you been doing dentistry?
35.
Yeah, I'm about the same. How old are you?
61.
Me too. Yeah. Me too. Where'd you come from?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Signal Mountain, you ever been there? Signal Mountain.
No, I don't think so.
I've spent a lot of time in North Carolina, but not much across the border. Beautiful country, though.
Joe Atterbury referred me to you.
Yeah. He's a North Carolina guy, I think.
Is it? I've known him for years.
Yeah. He's a
But
good
he put
lawyer.
an end to what I had previously.
Yeah, he's a very good lawyer. Very smart guy.
But everybody and their brother's got their favorite lawyer I should use.
Yeah, of course. Everybody wants to know something. And really,
It's one of the most high profile, one of the higher profile places I think you've been in.
I suppose, top 10 anyway.
You think we could get Sue around to help us out?
I don't know, but that's the main thing we need to do is just have the facts unfold. You met Jeff, right?
Yep. Yeah, they told me their sunglasses. I told your wife was in that conference room. I went to that one. And they said, no, they're in this one. I went to that one. And she was there the whole time. So. And I'm still kind of learning my way around this place. So. Fun stuff.
You gonna be down here a lot more, do you think?
I don't know, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna be all over.
I just saw Gene too, so. I'm afraid it's one of those things, if I go to look for him, he'll show up. Just 2 seconds later, and you're waiting on me, so I'm gonna sit right here.
Okay. And hope he's not looking for you.
Yeah.
You getting more sleep at night?
No, the kid still gets me up, but I remember 6 months was a big, turning point,
Yeah.
6 months old, and she's coming up on 6 months here pretty quick, so. I remember with Sam, when he turned 6 months, that's when he started getting really good sleep.
Uh-huh.
So that's our little benchmark, right, 6 months, so.
FaceTimed with my grandson and my pregnant daughter last night. It's just amazing how quick they grow.
Wow.
My grandson's, let's see, he's at this point 16 months old.
Wow.
17, let me see. March is his birthday, so if I do the math.
Wow. So this Christmas that'll be a big one for.
So
He'll be coming up on 2. That'll be huge.
Yeah, he'll be starting to, understand something big's going on here. It's just amazing, though. We were just with him in July, spent a week with him on family vacation.
Yeah.
And the change from early July to now is unbelievable
Wow.
in terms of how much more verbal he is and, just how much more he interacts.
They pick up words like sponges.
Yeah.
Don't they?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Two walking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's another big hurdle too, right?
He never he never walked. He went from crawling to running.
I've heard about babies like
It was
Mine was always on the table, then all of a sudden he wasn't propped up anymore.
and you kind of look over like,
Yeah. Huh.
then next thing you know, he's in the fridge.
Taking stuff, throwing the eggs on the ground. We've been hounded by press,
Yeah.
and we were going to release this statement.
Okay.
Just,
Yeah, I'll bet there's a.
yeah.
Yeah.
Knocking on my door every 5 minutes.
Are there really? And there's and there's really nothing, as long as they respect your there's really nothing.
There's nothing you can
I mean,
do.
you would know more about it.
There's nothing.
There's
Now
nothing.
tell them to leave, they have to leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Other than the cordial and then them respecting the property lines.
There's nothing,
Yeah,
nothing that can be done.
yeah. And they,
But we got to throw something at them, so, I mean, that's how the family
Yeah.
feels, so.
yep. And you know this as well, they'll eat this up, because this is, you know, something more to report, because they have to report something every 12 seconds, you know.
But they're gonna report something anyway, so.
Yeah, so,
Rather than let them
create your own
just
story.
drive their own narrative,
Yeah.
whatever that might be, whatever will sell the most advertising space.
Yeah, it's
Um,
they definitely are like that. Yeah, they'll create a story when there's no story to create. They'll just go find one, you know. Hey, you ready? No? Not to mention my own personal experience. They get it wrong.
Yeah, a
They're
lot.
wrong, too.
A lot.
That's why it's good it's in writing.
My ex-wife's blowing up my phone.
Been there, done that.
That's one from, I gave you one that night,
Thanks, Gene.
but that's, one, another one. Sorry about
Nita
that.
had mentioned also that he wanted to talk to Bud,
Yes.
his significant other. He's out of town, he'll be back tonight.
Okay.
If you want to give me some times for next week,
Yeah.
we can, I'm
Sounds
sure,
good.
arrange
Anytime
that.
next week is fine, I'm here over,
Okay.
so whatever's good for you. I know your calendar's probably full.
No, we'll work. We'll make this is priority.
Well, you met me that night, Eugene Marqueta. He's from the state attorney's office, Jeff. So what our intentions are is just to see what his state of mind was, what was going on throughout everything, okay? So the night that the incident happened, when did you first see your son?
You talk about it in the morning?
Whenever you saw him, I don't know if you saw him in the morning, at night, that...
I think it was about 12 or 1 o'clock, and I said, let's go on a hike. He had my daughter, my daughter, him, and their friend in Austin.
Okay.
And we were walking through the woods for about 2 or 3 hours. And Austin would be happy,
Mhm.
and he'd be quiet, and all of a sudden I saw, look, there's a tortoise shell. It's empty.
Mhm.
And there's another one. And he goes, stop everybody. And he gets his knife, and it's about this long.
Mhm.
And he says, stay behind me. I feel something is going to happen here. I said, put that damn thing back up. What the hell's wrong with you?
Mhm.
And he did. And so then,
Do you know what kind of knife that was?
yeah, it was with a switchblade.
Is that the knife that you bought for him
I
at
didn't
the...
buy
Oh,
it.
you didn't buy it for
He
him?
bought it from him.
Oh, he bought it for
At
himself?
the gun show.
Okay, at the gun show.
Yeah.
If I show you a picture of the knife, could you say whether it is or it isn't? It's got a little blood on it. Is that okay? Okay. You can make it bigger or smaller.
Yeah, it's green.
the knife?
Green.
Best I could tell, that's the knife he had.
Yes.
Okay.
What's that, about a 3-inch blade?
Yeah, looks like about. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he, what did he say was going to happen to the turtles? Anything?
And when he acted like he get behind me, I think something's going to happen.
Mhm.
And what I was doing for the last 2 weeks is trying to joke him out of it,
Mm-hmm.
the psychosis.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, put that away, you're crazier than hell, stop.
Mhm. Okay.
And so then after that, we continued to walk, and we went into a clearing of the residential thing, and he decided to run. I sat there and watched him from afar sprint about 2 or 3 miles
Wow.
at once.
Quick?
Quick.
Wow.
And so he's totally dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided we were going to go to Duffy's to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Duffy's and we're sitting there, and he says he's going to the bathroom, he disappears. And so we're all wondering what's going on. And his mother calls up my daughter and says he's there. And we walked about 2 miles to home. Sorry.
No, that's okay. This is hard enough. I mean, Jesus.
We also got a call from the hospital.
Yeah.
This morning.
Yeah, we called also. They said that he's okay.
Okay.
They told us he was in bad shape.
Yeah, well, we spoke to the head nurse there about 30, 40 minutes ago, and they said he was okay, he was in good shape.
Oh, really? They told us he had 102 temperature, and you might have to come see him,
Really?
like a deathbed. I would like to know that.
They did make it sound pretty
Yeah.
urgent. I mean, I don't know if they
It was Sergeant Carday called the head nurse there, and because we call every day to see how he's doing.
like
and
a
everything.
male, like a.
I don't know who she spoke to. I could call her in. And,
That's
Can you see if you can't find the truth on that?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Not very good timing.
Mm-hmm. I know. Well, none of this is horrible in all accounts. So
So anyway, he sprinted for 2 or 3 miles. I witnessed it.
mhm.
Go to Duffy's, ordering food. I think he did get some iced tea and he drank it.
Mhm.
One glass of iced tea.
Okay.
Till like he's going to the bathroom and left. Find out he's at home. Mother says, "What are you doing?" He gets she said she's cooking. She looked and grabbed the thing of Wesson and he was going to down it. She goes, "Stop!" And he grabbed the Wesson, put Parmesan cheese in there, poured it in there, and ate the Parmesan cheese. Okay, she's never seen that before.
Mhm.
Then she gave him a ride back to Duffy's.
Mhm.
He comes and sits down. And I said, I knew this is going to be on tape today. So I said, "What the hell are you doing?" And he didn't say nothing. So I grabbed him by the collar. And I said, "What the hell are you doing?" And he goes, and my girlfriend says, "Austin, don't." And he looks at my girlfriend, embarrassed, leaves.
Mhm. Okay, so, Jesus, did he seem agitated, or it just seemed weird when you grabbed his shirt?
He seemed weird.
Okay. Did he get agitated after you grabbed his shirt?
Yeah,
Did he
he's gonna hit me.
Yeah. Okay, but
For
then
the first time.
Okay, so he's never hit you before. He's never raised his hands to you
never
or
done
anything.
that.
Okay. You said something about psychotic or psychosis, something like that. Is there any history in your family as to mental illness or anything like that?
Yes.
There is. On who?
My sister,
Your sister, and she's being treated.
she was treated.
She was
She's
treated.
fine now.
Okay. For what kind of illness?
She had severe depression.
Okay. Anyone else in your
Me.
family? Yourself? Okay. Depression?
Yeah.
Okay. And you were treated and everything else? What about grandparents or
No.
anything like that? No? Okay. What about him? Has he ever seen a psychiatrist or been treated
I
for...
don't think he has.
Okay. Was he on any kind of medication?
No.
No? Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay.
And so anyway,
after
he disappears.
Uh-huh. Do you know where he went? Did he say where he was going?
No.
Okay.
Next thing you know, this is about 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, the thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
Wife calls me up, says she's going to put a missing persons thing out,
Mm-hmm.
and then I talk to you.
Okay. And that was around 2 in the morning when I came to your house. Okay.
My wife even went to the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And said, "Have
she
you
told
seen
us.
this boy?"
Yeah. We didn't know who it was at the time and stuff.
Right.
Because I had seen him in the hospital, and I asked him what his name was, and he told me his name was Austin Moore.
I think you might have had an ID that said that.
He didn't have anything on him. He was just in his underwear when he was in the
Talking
hospital.
about his fake ID at school
Okay.
to get in the bars.
Okay. Said Austin Moore?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we know what that ID is? Or?
I don't know.
No? Okay.
I don't even know if it's true, but there's something about, what's that film producer, Moore?
Michael Moore.
Yeah, something about, he had some comments about Michael Moore a lot.
Okay. So, how was his childhood? Was he good kid, normal kid?
Yeah, his happy and
Never suspended from school for fighting?
Ever.
And, okay.
He's a very docile, shy kid,
Uh-huh.
and I was a nerdy kid myself,
Yeah.
and I dropped him off at Suncoast weight room, and he became a good football player and a weightlifter and everything, and fit in, you know.
Sure.
Beforehand, he was just too shy, you know.
Yeah. Did he any drugs? I know you guys had like an intervention with him. You found some mushrooms.
I asked him about that.
Yeah.
Because he's been weird for about 3 or 4 weeks from around me, and I said, did you do mushrooms? He goes, I did about 3 months ago. I said, nothing recently. And there's this little homeless kid that they feel sorry for, that they have come over. And then they cut these crazy ass rap songs. And according to my friend who was working with him, he was working in the dental office at the last.
Is it your dental office?
No, a friend of mine's dental office.
Are you still practicing?
Yes.
You are? Okay.
He said he'd been weird ever since he had that kid spend the night with him. And so I don't know
How long ago was that?
That was about 2 weeks prior to all this. 2 weeks. And the dude's name was Nick, and he lives in, his parents threw him out of the house, so he's been living on his own down the street, and my kids were his friend, and I thought he was a negative influence. So where was I headed with this?
About the drugs?
Oh. I get wind that he can't sleep, pacing the floor the latter days. And so I try to get him some Valiums or sedatives.
Whose Valiums are those?
Mine.
Yours? Okay.
And he gets, I give him to him and he throws them on the floor. And he goes, I will not be controlled by you. So I went and grabbed the keys out of his hand.
When was this?
I think Monday.
Okay.
And he's pissed off, and he jumps on the hood of my car and dents it. And so I finally decided to give him his keys back so he didn't damage my car any further.
Yeah.
And I wrote him a text on my phone I said, you damaged my car. He got a one-word answer, learn.
That was from him to you. Has he ever expressed himself that way to you? Or?
No.
Okay. That was just that day.
That was that day.
Okay.
And so that was that day. The day before, me and my girlfriend decided to go ride bikes at this river bend. And so we're riding bikes, and we ride for about 2-3 hours. And this my boy's in top shape, right? All of a sudden, I'm riding down they call it the slough area. I look behind me, he's not there. And I said, what the hell is wrong with you? He goes, I'm tired, I didn't sleep good last night. But, I mean, you're talking about a top shape guy who can't even keep up with fat me, you know, riding a bike. So we turn around, I put the bikes up, and we go back, and then we go eat that night. That's Sunday night, okay? And I'm talking about a business deal with a guy at a restaurant, and I was eating at his place, and I keep on telling him I want my Frosty back. Stop being so serious. I want my old Austin back. And he refused. He says, I don't do drugs. I'm not doing marijuana anymore, and I'm not drinking anymore. And he did do that in the past.
Excessive?
Not, I'm hearing. He made good grades. I don't think it was excessive. And so he goes up And he leaves that restaurant. This is Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Girlfriend Lou's looking for him, can't be found. Freak out again, get a call about an hour later. He'd gone up to a family, asked him for a ride home. They put him in the back of a pickup truck, and they give him a ride home to my wife's house. And they finally, I find out he's all right.
And that was Sunday.
Yes,
What restaurant did you go to then?
Calaveras. So I'm
Saturday or Sunday?
This is Sunday, I think. So I'm pissed off. This is the second time he's left me. And
On Monday was the second time he did that to you.
right. What else? Then the night before that, we're eating in the restaurant with my girlfriend and him, and it's like, "Where's your friends at?" Because he likes his friends. He always goes and lifts weights with his friends. It's abnormal behavior for him not to lift weights every single day, and it's with his friends. He was a leader of his friends lifting weights.
Right.
And he wouldn't say nothing. I said,
Where would he work out?
"A Gold's Gym."
In Gold's Gym? Okay.
I said, where's Alec? Where's your friends?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, they're up. So I said, did you have it out with Alec? He goes, he didn't say nothing. So I called up Alec, and he never called me back. So I noticed him hanging around me, clinging to me, and his friends
Distancing.
distancing. So that night we were talking about taking a road trip to Chattanooga. He wanted to go. Maybe going to Alaska. He wanted to go. He just wanted to be with me all of a sudden. And he just wanted to be with me, and we talked about going on these road trips and all this and that, and I think we went to a movie, and that was that night.
Okay. Growing up, was he always good, just like you said, quirky, shy, and
He was
then...
very, very shy.
Yeah.
And football brought him out of his shell.
Okay.
And he's always cutting jokes.
Yeah.
He's always known to be real funny.
Yeah, I saw his videos. He's kind of funny, some of the videos.
That's
Silly
his goal,
voices.
is-
Yeah. He wanted to be a rapper.
But the video about Arnold Schwarzenegger was his hero, and the video that you probably saw about the weightlifting thing, that's, in my mind, an instance of psychosis.
Okay.
You know, grandiosity, I'm all powerful, I don't need Arnold no more. I mean, we're embarrassed. Me and my wife are embarrassed. We didn't look at his damn videos in the past.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about. I mean, from what I saw, okay, my kid does the same thing. He acts strange and weird, and he makes goofy. 17. I call him a goofball. It's nothing embarrassing. So just put your mind at rest there.
But we both, my wife and I, talked about, I think, Monday, about getting him to see his therapist. So I called a person I knew, and I called another person I knew that I'd used in the past, and they weren't available.
Has
So-
he ever seen a therapist before?
No.
No, this would be the first time. Okay. Other than just that silly, anything else you could think of that was strange of him doing or saying?
Yeah, I mean, I worked with him at the dental office the last month. He'd go up to homeless people and start talking with them and being friendly and grabbing their religious literature. I mean, he would start telling us his views about the world and this and that. And as I'd try to joke him out of it, he would start crying. And I said, "What the hell is wrong with you?" You know, because he's taking everything so serious. And we got an hour down there, an hour back, and he'd always never go to sleep. And then all of a sudden, he'd come out of the house like he was real slow. And he said, "I didn't sleep last night," just lethargic. That was one thing I commented on, but he was just learning about life and learning how I had him do 2 implant surgeries with me and stuff like that. He was really getting into it.
That's good.
No, I don't have any questions.
I can't think of anything else. I mean, you guys been through enough. I thank you for coming down. Unfortunately, we're probably going to keep talking to each other. And like I told your wife, we have anything we could help you with. We have a chaplain here too, that if even you'd like to talk to, he's more than welcome to speak to you guys. And whatever else we could do for you, it's a shitty situation for everybody. But unfortunately, we have to go through it, you know.
I got a question for you.
Yeah,
I was wondering if I could talk to him and ask him if it's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. You want us to step out of the room?
Do you want to go to the lobby and come back?
We'll step out.
Yeah, yeah, you can more privacy this way. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he was wondering if you had any theories as to, you know, he knows that there was burns to his esophagus, and just to, you know, he has some medical training and he's concerned about his physical condition.
Yeah.
You guys have any theories
Nothing.
as to what he might have ingested?
Nothing, and that's what we're trying to find out, what it was. I mean, I'm just getting light now that he drank the Wesson oil. We looked at everything inside of that garage to see if it was open or
There
nothing.
wasn't anything there?
Nothing. All the caps were tight. I don't know if he ingested something from Duffy's to the location.
Or at the location.
Or at the location.
Okay. That's all he wanted to know.
Yeah.
He just wanted to know if there was any
Do you know if
sort
he got a
of
ride there?
theory.
We're thinking he walked or jogged. We tried looking for video all the way down. Haven't found any yet. Another question I had is, do you know anyone that lives on that block? Does he know anyone that lives on the block? Like, we're trying, again, the reason why he was on that block.
Why was a person of interest some woman at first?
We were looking for the daughter of the two deceased.
I see.
Because we didn't know where she was, and we were feared that she may have been harmed.
How old is she?
She's in her 20s.
But what I was thinking, remember I told you, you asked strangers for a ride and got a ride. I was thinking maybe he got a ride with somebody and dropped off there because one of my friends was going down the street and never saw him.
Okay.
Looking for him. Never saw him walking.
That could be a theory that we're looking into. I mean, it's all mysterious to us why there's no connection as far as I could tell. I don't know if you know, like I said, that's why I asked if you know anybody on that block or if he knew anybody on that block, any friends, or why he would be on that block in particular.
Unless he was so screwed up he made a wrong turn because I live on the next block.
Right.
Do you know if there's
Is there a cut through the woods back there?
tree lines that maybe we could, I guess my question is...
It probably is, but I don't think he knows about it. He hasn't been back there much.
So
He always comes to my house.
You could get from Duffy's to your house without walking on that road, is it possible?
Yeah, you walk down the road. Here's
Either
where
way.
Kokomo is,
Mhm.
which I've made mistakes driving down there myself. And here's Loxahatchee River Road, which is the correct road, which is the next road up. So he went this way too early.
The block too early.
But you don't think he ingested anything in that garage?
As far as I could tell right now, no. Is it possible? Yeah, anything's possible at this point. But that I could say 100% yes, he drank. No.
So the blood is going to be analyzed by multiple labs, and
Do you know if he's done besides mushrooms anything else? I mean, he showed. We were thinking it could be flaca, because that drug flaca, but it doesn't quite match because that raises your body temperature to about 105, 106, just like excited delirium does. But his body temperature at the hospital was 97.
Right.
So we're not ruling it out.
Okay.
It could be.
Can I ask him about the face?
No, you know, there's, you know, Dr. Harrouff is a dentist, right?
Yeah,
So,
sure.
So, you know, he's certainly familiar with Dr. Subran and any, you know, I just don't think that's an issue in this case, so we'll leave that.
But flaca and cannibalism goes hand in hand, and I don't think flaca's an issue at all.
Okay.
He didn't have enough time to get a hold of anything or anybody.
And that's what I'm saying too. He had no money in his pocket, no cell phone. So he left there, and the only people that knew that he left was the restaurant was you and your family.
Right.
So unless he saw a friend or family member that picked him up and said, "Hey, I got drugs. You want to take it?"
Yeah.
But then the effect time and
Right.
you know, it wouldn't equate. You know.
Yeah.
But we're trying to retrace his steps all along throughout the whole day to see if he did have a chance to ingest any drugs or anything like that.
But there's no
There's a cut through.
Mhm.
You go to Duffy's,
Mhm.
walking down the street.
Mhm.
The first right,
Mm-hmm.
and another right is where this homeless kid lives.
Okay. So it's the first right and then another right outside of Duffy's.
Right.
Okay,
And-
through the woods.
And the one I didn't care for him to hang around with.
Nick.
Nick.
Yeah.
And,
I'm definitely gonna interview Nick.
but bottom line is on the way home, if he made a detour,
Mm-hmm. We
that's
don't
the
know.
only thing I can think of. But the man did live in a bad section of town.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. If I thought for sure that that garage he got something, but
Yeah.
it could be.
No, we can't sit here and
Yeah,
speculate.
and right,
Yeah.
because I could do that all day, and
Right.
it's driving me crazy
Right.
since.
Well, are
that
you
day.
saying that's where Nick stayed?
Yeah, in the
Homeless?
woods. Mm-hmm.
Like,
He wasn't homeless. He just his parents
and-
didn't have him stay at their house, and he's staying with in a bad section of town.
Okay, which is a right and then a right.
And I'm picking him up sometimes for them, you know.
Yeah, no, that's.
But that's on. It is a detour that he could have taken.
Mm-hmm. Sure, I'm going that way.
All right.
Yeah.
Great, yeah, I appreciate you, I really do.
Please, if you have anything you want to call me through him, you know, please
Yeah.
feel free. Okay.
Thanks. Thank you.
No problem.
Sure,
I'm
we'll-
sorry
we'll be in
again.
touch.
All right,
Again,
Jeff, thanks for-
good to meet you. Thank you very much.
Sit in. Thank you.
Seeing a dog and what?
Saving a dog and hijacking their car,
Uh-huh.
and then it's a blur.
Right. Have you seen a picture of this couple
Yes,
since the incident?
yes.
When you saw that picture and realized that these were the people that this has happened to, how did you feel?
I felt terrible, and I really don't have words to explain how I feel. It's like a nightmare.
Is it hard for you to imagine that you did this to these two people?
Yeah. It's the hardest thing I've ever gone through, or I never imagined that this would ever happen. And I'm deeply sorry to the family that was affected. And I hope that something like this never happens again. I didn't ever want to consciously do something like this, or I never planned it. I didn't want to do it. And like, I don't know what to say.
If their family members are watching this right now, what do you say to them? Look into the camera right now, and if they're watching, what do you say to them?
I'm sorry for their loss, and I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me. And I'm so sorry, and I never wanted this to happen. I'm so sorry. It's like a nightmare. I just don't know how to say, I don't know how to put it into words. I never wanted this to happen.
Austin, are you ashamed of what you did?
Yes, 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 yes. I just wanted to let them know that I'm sorry. I can imagine how it must feel to lose such a close relative. And it was what happened to me. I wouldn't know what to do, and I would be so sad. I'm just so sorry.
Did you leave that restaurant wanting to hurt anyone?
No. No.
Why did you do it?
I don't know. I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you.
Do you think
What?
Do you think you're mentally ill?
I guess so. I didn't know though.
Did you want to hurt and stab the neighbor that came running over?
No, I didn't have any memory of that. I only remember him yelling at me.
Well, the report is that you severely wounded him and stabbed him multiple times, and he's critically wounded. And he heroically tried to save those people.
I don't remember.
I think, from what I hear, Dr. Phil, he was slashed with a liquor bottle, broken liquor bottle, and he wasn't critically wounded. I'm pretty sure it wasn't critical.
Well, I think, let's just say he was severely wounded.
Yeah. I don't remember fighting him or stabbing him.
It was all across the back.
Right.
I don't remember how my hands got like this.
Mm-hmm. Well, we certainly don't mean to minimize or trivialize the injuries that happened to him, because he certainly was just trying to help.
Yeah.
And I'm certain that you're sorry for that.
Yeah, I am deeply sorry for him.
Mm-hmm. When you went in that garage, did you drink something in that garage that you found there?
I don't want to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk about that.
You had severe burns to your esophagus, right?
Yeah.
And do you know what caused you to go into a coma?
I didn't know I didn't know at the time, but I guess I know now.
Mm-hmm. And what have they told you caused you to go into the coma?
Whatever I drank.
Okay. And
And
there's, yes,
it's like
Wade, go ahead. Wade, go ahead.
It's like the psychologist is coming up in 5 minutes.
Okay. All right, we'll be done by then. You just tell me when we need to click off, okay?
Okay.
You felt like you had some superpowers and that you could read people, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you ever remember putting yourself in harm's way by stepping into traffic or anything like that?
Well, when I was walking alone to my dad's house to get my car, I remember like walking in front of cars and stuff like that. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. So, in looking back, you recognize that there has been a period of time, weeks, even months, that you have been losing touch with reality.
Yeah.
That you've had paranoia, that you have had ideas of grandiosity, superpowers, being worshipped, godlike sorts of things that have gone on with you. And this wasn't something that just happened one night. This was something that's gone on with you for a period of time.
Yeah, I guess so.
And should the courts decide that you were in need of treatment, that would be something that you would lean into. You recognize that you need help and treatment, correct?
Yes.
You wouldn't resist that, whether it was neurology in terms of your brain, psychological treatment.
I wouldn't resist that.
And you know that your dad and I are working very hard to get the proper diagnosis here, because putting you in a cage and sitting you over in a corner is not going to heal what ails you. We need to find this out.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that we're trying to excuse or trivialize the horrific things that happened to the people that got caught up in this.
Yeah.
We're not trying to trivialize that, but by the same token, we don't want to throw your life away either.
Yeah.
Your dad and I are going to work very hard to get to the bottom of this, and I've pledged that to him, and he's pledged it to you. And
Thank you.
all right, so you keep hanging in there, and we're going to keep looking for answers here.
Okay.
And I thank you for asking me to call you. I'm glad I did, and just know that your dad and I are standing shoulder to shoulder here working on this.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Thank you, Wade. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right, bye.
In court, Harrouff was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Instead of prison, he was committed to a secure state psychiatric facility where he remains under constant supervision. His confinement has no fixed end date. Release depends entirely on future evaluations of his mental condition and public safety. For the victims' families, the outcome closed the case legally, but left unanswered questions that may never fully resolve.